All right, everybody. Welcome back to World Drum Club. I'm Kalani, and in this lesson, I'm going to show you a basic technique, and then I'm going to show you a few ways you can apply it to get things that don't sound basic, and that hopefully are fun and fulfilling and musical and useful for you. So whatever you're doing, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced percussionist, or you're another kind of musician and you're just curious about what's possible to be played on the cajon, in case you're working with a percussionist, this video is for you. All right, so let's get started. I'll go back over here on the side. Let's see. And I'll give you the overhead view just so you can see what I'm doing. So first of all, this is going to be kind of a triplet-based figure. I'm going to get a metronome going. And I'm going to play it for you, and then we'll look at what it is. And we're using two sounds, right? We're using the bass, 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 and then right now I'm just kind of doing some touches on the corners. I could add you know, more slaps, but for now we just want to get this action. And here's one hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So let's break this way down. We're basically just doing a bass and then a high sound, like a bass and then an edge, you know, so. And each hand is doing the same thing. So first of all, practice each hand separately. And then all we're doing is kind of alternating those, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The basses are on 1 and 4. 1, 4, 1, 4. And first of all, just do this, right? Do this for a while because this is your foundation, all right? This is the foundation for everything we're gonna do. And I'm gonna show you a few different ways you can use this in some different beat making and groove making. All right, so after you do that for a while, all right, then, now let's try to put it together into something. So you could just start with this. I'm going a lot faster now, right? And now, all right, I'm just keeping the same pattern, and I'm just doing bass, slap, bass, and I'm essentially just doing ghost notes, right? But I'm keeping the pattern going. Right? Are you guys catching that? So that's what I want you to try next. I want you to take this basic pattern of triplets. You can just use your fingers too. It's super soft, right? And then work that up where you can change from, you know, bass to a slap to a touch, and just hang out there for a while. Like put your metronome on. Same pattern, you guys. All right, super fun. Now, let's double it up for a second. That's kind of fast. Let me slow this down a little. Let's go a little slower. All right. And I want you to notice, I'm not working super hard here. I'm not moving a lot, right? So we really want to have economy of motion. The faster you go, the shorter your movements will be. Ah. All right, so you can have a lot of fun there. So as you speed up, instead of moving this big, you're going to be. All right, now once you're comfortable, and you go at your own speed, you're going to find the speed that's comfortable for you. Once you're comfortable with some speed, right? I want you to practice something I'm just going to call tightening up the sound. As opposed to totally open. Does that make sense? So we tighten it up. Maybe change the groove. All right, so that's another thing that you can practice. Now the last thing I want to leave you with is just the idea that you could use this to build up your speed, but also build up some fluidity in the grooves that you're playing. So you can turn this pattern into even more of a ghost note pattern. You can also use it for fills. All right, whatever. But I also like, and this is the last thing we're gonna do, just playing, I don't know, just playing it kind of pretty fast, and then turning it into like a solo theme, So you can bring out different notes. Something like that, you guys. I'm pretty much improvising right now, and that's the point. I wanted to show you something that you could do. It's like a theme or a motif, a lick, whatever, or a figure that you can incorporate into your playing. You can also base a groove on that figure, which I think gives you the opportunity to settle into the mechanics of a groove. And let's just leave on this, is that to me, this can be a very grounding way of creating a groove. Because, why? Because you're doing a constant movement, right? You're establishing a motor, a repetition, a cycle. And then that motor doesn't stop. It's kind of underlying everything. And then on top of that, you're making choices about which tones, bass, touch, slap, whatever, muted, open, that you are bringing out, right? So the figure, the groove is not made up of, individual movements in time. It's made up of accentuated sounds that are on top of or rising up from, like a relief, right? It's like an embossed word on a background. So the whole thing is made of the same thing, but the message is whatever you bring out, right? I think it's useful, especially for intermediate and beginner and intermediate players, because it might be a different way of playing than you're used to. And then as a result of that, it will open up other possibilities for you that if you're just learning patterns, individual patterns, you may not access otherwise. So I think it's important for that. It will help you if you just do this basic exercise, this basic triplet, 6-note figure. You can use it in patterns. You can also use it in fills and in little, bursts if you want to do something with that. And then you can use it just for like your own soloing and express yourself any way you want within that theme. And of course, you could change it up. I'm not saying you have to keep this little motor or figure going the entire time. That's not what I'm saying. You can, and you can build on it. You can also interject it into other things that you're already playing. So there's lots of possibilities for this kind of pattern. But whatever you're doing, wherever you are in your own journey, just start at a comfortable place. I would recommend using a metronome. Try some different meters, different feels, different ways of playing, and really sit with that for a while, and try to dig into it. And don't think of it as just, I'm going to learn this one thing, and then do it. Think of it as a whole area to explore, and remember that you can move sideways and up and down and back and forth in that whole area, whatever that means to you. All right. I hope this has been helpful. I'm Kalani. This is World Drum Club. And let me know what you think of this. If you're already doing something like this, if you can imagine other ways of incorporating this, put it in the comments. Make sure to like if you do, hit the bell for notifications, and of course subscribe to World Drum Club if you haven't already. I'll see you guys soon.